Welcome to episode of AI Ranch, where we will discuss today the latest AI topics. Today with me I have Asia.ai core team people, Ariel, who is the product manager and designer, and Paul, who is the CTO. And let's dive into the first topic. The way how people are changing their patterns, how they use internet, how they use websites. The one thing anyone who has tried the AI search models know that you can search things much faster nowadays and more efficiently using these great tools like deep research or just simple search functions from RAG. And the data in like long term shows that Google traffic is slightly declining, but there is not definitive proof of that. But what we have proof of is that lots of websites see a lot of traffic decrease. Like these are very dramatic charts from Stack Overflow. Paul, maybe explain the listeners what is Stack Overflow.
Basically, Stack Overflow is Wikipedia for developers and other fields. Stack Overflow is just a small part of Stack Exchange where there's mathematical questions. Basically, everyone who has gone through studies has looked at Stack Overflow basically in any field.
I think, in my opinion, like Stack Overflow, you're like junior developer, you don't know what to do. At least 10 years ago, it was like you don't know what to do. You go to Stack Overflow, hope somebody have a solution, right?
I disagree that that's just for juniors.
Okay.
There's always someone who knows some framework, some code thing, some math thing better than you know. And you could always go ask someone who knows better.
So that was a website where everybody went to find solutions. And now everybody goes just to ChatGPT, Perplexity, types in, and it generates based on that information. Basically, so what is the future for websites at all? Like any websites, Stack Overflow, like other informational websites, what do you think?
Many of them will get stuck into design patterns and frameworks and things that were known to be written in Stack Overflow and helped on Stack Overflow, because it is such a large resource of information that all these models have based their knowledge base on this information. So my guess would be that we will see that all code completion tools will have greater trouble helping with newer frameworks and newer design patterns.
So the all innovation stops. No, basically no information about new tools. The AI would need to find the information somehow. What do you think about the search? Are you still using Google?
No, I don't. And I think the idea is what's happening is that there's like this link-based search change to this answer-based search. And I think the most basic way how I could picture is this, that I showed, so my wife, so she's not so much into technology in such a sense that she's, she doesn't know the latest GPT model. She's just like, oh, okay, what's AI? And one day she's asking like, so I should start use AI, right? So sure, okay, where should I start?
Your wife is not using AI.
So not yet. She's a singer and a teacher, so she didn't need it. And so I said, let's start with the Perplexity. You don't need GPT or something, because Perplexity is a search engine per se, but it has the characteristics of LLM. You can ask questions. And so I show her, I say, even if you drop a text and say, please make this text like this, like a GPT type of thing, because Perplexity is not a GPT, it's a search-based kind of tool. And she said, wow, it created this amazing text, right? And the next week I went and I was like asked, have you used it? And she showed me every day she has used it like for hours and asked all sorts of queries, like answers, questions and answers. And I'm like, I just show her a little bit and now she's using it all the time. And so my point is that I think that these research papers and all these big companies, they don't want to show this data. They don't want to show that there is a decline in their, search or, these. I read about HubSpot. HubSpot says also that they have seen decrease in traffic, a massive marketing type of tool. And, if like these big tech companies or big, even maybe not IPO companies, but big companies, they are starting to lose traffic, they don't want to show about it because then they'll lose the stock value. So they are trying to hide it, but there's definitely something happening. And the first level for me would be to see what my friends are doing. What is my direct community doing? If they are using search directly through Perplexity or GPT, I trust that more than the companies.
I had the podcast with the marketing expert Evija Kezika, where she highlighted the situation that it is hard to measure nowadays the way how your potential customers reach you, because if it's through these new platforms, they do not yet have proper tools to analyze how much traffic you gain through those sources, or maybe they even didn't went to your website. But I think you, Paul, had one idea why Google traffic might not be decreasing while Perplexity traffic is increasing.
People tend to ask stupid things to Google. Like, for example, people will open their browser, see the search bar of Google, and write in Google, and then it opens Google. So probably some of the Google's traffic still comes from the fact that people default browser, default search engine still. Not many people know how to change search engines, which means that first thing they do, they Google for Perplexity, they Google for ChatGPT. They probably don't Google
use
for
Google
more
to get to the AI tool.
Exactly. Just like for Microsoft Explorer, the biggest meme was that its only purpose is to download Chrome.
Yeah,
it's funny.
Where is the delete button?
Exactly.
And that's how they keep the traffic normal.
But this is like, we know, we once made, all of us, we made B2C apps, and there was some insider knowledge from other B2C apps where they show investors great retention, where you push notification and you press it and it counts as retention.
Yeah,
right?
engagement. Yeah.
So I think I remember that you also said that you made an experiment where you type in some search in Google and then Perplexity, and they're exact same sources.
I haven't tried that recently, just to not bias, but like a year ago or half a year ago, I did that. And first 5 or 6 results that Perplexity showed matched the first listings in Google. It's hard to tell if they are using Google, because Google also ranks based on my preferences, and if I'm looking for code thing, it will show me Stack Overflow and documentation on top, not some unrelated thing that's called the same.
But still, like, it's a better way to receive information.
I disagree. For fast things, I still prefer Google. I still prefer to look up information, to still think about this information.
No. Listen, I agree with Paul on this, because there is one scenario that I still use Google every time, and I think that's an issue.
What's wrong with you,
there is an issue with it, and I think you will understand.
Why do you use Google?
Oh, that's a sin here. Yes. Oh. But either way, it's image search. It's basically, if I try to find an image, the Perplexity and all these, they don't have that kind of library of tagged images, I guess. And so you end up with, like, I don't know, 5 images, and then it's easier to go on Google and find a reference. And yeah, so that's
why not generate image?
you yourself showed me today the video of
tried the experiment. I put it on Twitter. You can put your face and then say recreate the same photo, do not change anything, and repeat it 10 times, and it will make you fat, old, and happy.
And then also, like, maybe a bit Indian.
If you are a woman, then you will become Indian.
Yeah, it's. I think that shows actually the bias, but yeah.
For me, every time I look up for something, first thing is I Google it. If I don't immediately know how to search for it quickly, then I will go to Gemini and ask Gemini. I use Gemini as my LLM and search
Google
provider.
again, Google. Yeah, okay, let's move to other things. So there was a leaked kind of information, also some public information that OpenAI is integrating into these tools, the Shopify. So the idea would be that there will be a way to buy immediately what you want from the chat interface in ChatGPT. Basically, you type in what is the best mobile phone, smartphone, or what is the best running shoes, and
It probably won't work.
What?
Because there is a precedent, and maybe you guys remember in like 2010s, Amazon did these buttons where you could buy toilet paper in your toilet. You just press a button and you get a toilet paper delivery. You remember that?
No.
Oh, there was okay, that was actually in UK. I was living in UK. It was a big thing. They were marketing, buy these buttons for nothing and put like on ferry and then this. And the idea would be like when you're out, you just press a button. It's so easy. And they totally failed. And I think the main reason why they fail is that people don't shop like, oh, I just have 2 clicks and I shop. It's actually a little bit more like, you want to explore the item and you want to, maybe see pictures of it and then the UI.
But why not? I believe that the OpenAI is also not stupid. They will make pictures, they will put the reviews, they will make this experience inside their app.
But it smells like commerce, like they want to take a cut because they.
Yes, they will.
But people will know that. They will feel that. And there is also this kind of. Even yesterday, I went and bought some pastries from a local cart, and when I went up, and the guy said, we baked the goods here in Latvia in our home, bakery, and I was like. Now I will only buy pastries from you, not Rimi, like our grocery line, because you're local, you're not a commerce chain. Okay, I'm that kind of person, but I think people feel that there is a commerce
But they will
idea.
integrate Etsy.
I would like to think from the other perspective, not buyers, but sellers. What sellers want? They want you to visit their store to see other items, not only the thing you're looking for, and maybe you will buy more. They don't want to give a cut to OpenAI, but from somewhere that cut will come. And
but if
the question is how it's opt-in or is it opt-out, and all of those things is.
So I can imagine a scenario where you're, for example, writing in ChatGPT something about like a new lifestyle. Like I want to do the running every morning and so on, and then it just writes, do you have a good running shoes? Like it is not healthy to run with not good running shoes, and then here are some great options with reviews, and then you would just immediately. So you would get traffic to your product through that way.
How well? First of all, yeah, running shoes and so on. That's not small sellers. That's
no, but you can imagine like you searching for a unique gift for somebody, and then what could be a good gift to that person, and then it pulls in from Etsy integration some kind of this person would never receive traffic other way. So
but there's a different thing. It's like Google works that way. So when you search for running shoes, you get promoted content, and you click on it, and then you go and explore the shop.
Exactly. Promoted content is another thing. If I see a specific item in OpenAI, my first thought is how much they did pay to OpenAI to get their item listed on top. I don't, because the GPT still uses some kind of ranking algorithm underneath. It still uses something, and I bet it will get it will have some kind of way. I want to pay more, give bigger cut to OpenAI to show my item always.
For sure, this will be new Google AdWords, new way to. So it will be also that direction. What we started discussing in that other podcast is about moving from SEO, search engine optimization, to AI, AI search optimization. So, and how to do that at all? It's. Have you seen any good examples how to do this?
I haven't, because The only thing I'm going on is Gemini underneath is using Google search still. Perplexity maybe is using Google search. GPT probably is still using some other search provider's search algorithm.
You're
And
not thinking they're indexing also themselves?
I don't believe they want to spend their server resources on making a database as big as Google's database because it's expensive. They have problems finding GPUs and resources to run their models on. That's why they called back which was it, GPT 5 or something like that. I don't remember the naming
No, but they are
correctly.
heavily limiting. We had to switch to 200 euro monthly plan because 4.5 was not. I could not use it properly.
Exactly. And why was it? They said that they don't have enough server resources and GPUs. They don't want to spend those resources on indexing the whole web. Which sites are they using? Are they using Google? Are they using Bing, given that OpenAI has affiliation with Microsoft?
Yeah, the Bing traffic is rising, by the way, from the similar web constantly. If you see Google traffic slightly decreasing, but the Bing traffic is definitely rising. So
because OpenAI probably opens many of the links.
Microsoft
directly.
integrations. But then again, about the AI search optimization. So one, we know that most likely the format, how you lay out information like question answer, that helps, but also. We already had experience with some of our deals where the Google is now actively trying to detect AI-generated content, and it downranks you. So, of course, you can bypass it. There are ways how to make it less detectable, but still, basically, that's not an answer to just generate a lot of text. How do you think they are detecting the AI-generated text?
There are probably some patterns that casual users don't add. There was this one article about AI using many terms, especially in scientific papers, that are used in specific parts of the world.
Words that are just generated, but other ways.
And also there are some studies that show that OpenAI's GPT is inserting a lot of characters that normal users don't even know about. For example, non-breaking space, narrow space, and some other. They are not something that doesn't exist on web. They are not something that no one is inserting. I have accidentally inserted them because some random Mac shortcut. I know that Arial's designs frequently include non-breaking spaces, but it's not something that many use a lot, and that's something that they probably can detect.
Yeah, so these AI providers try to add in some watermarks, but anyways.
The question is, are they really trying to add them in, or is that something that they have in datasets? Because non-breaking spaces are really convenient in web development where you don't want some text to jump to next line.
But this is actually, by the way, last thing from my side on that you know that story about how Elon Musk detected leaks in his company? It was on Twitter, I think, or something like that. I don't remember exactly, but basically they send out email, and they send out like, 10,000 emails, but each email had one misspelling or one character difference. And so when they, send out or copy that to a press, they could I send this to that person. So, but that's really a dumb way. But still, if you don't know that, you just think, oh, it's a misspelling. But actually,
add the invisible characters. Like you will get 3 characters, you will get 4, and then I will know who leaked the information.
Except if press reformats or adds screenshot, not the direct text. And in that case, invisible characters break. So Elon's idea was better.
That's a good way of how we can look at it. And I think let's wrap up for today. And thank you for watching, and see you in the next episode.